Hey, what's up everybody? It's TR with Earth Angel Mushrooms. Give a shout out to Mile High Fungi tonight out in Denver, Colorado. What's up, Michael? If you guys are out there, look him up. Not for sure what restaurants and stuff he sells to, but I know he does a farmer's market out there. So he hooked me up with this shirt. Good dude. Nice, soft, big, burly beard that you just want to rub your hands through. Anyway, so business of mushroom growing, or this topic could be business of any type. So a lot of you guys are just starting off and you're wanting to take that big step in mushroom cultivation. And there's a conundrum that you will run into. You're so broke that you don't have enough money to afford anything, but you have too much work to do. And you need employees. Employees, I could talk for hours about employees. If you are on the brink of needing employees, you are overworked, you don't have enough money, so you feel, my recommendation is this: hire the employees. You will never get to the next step without employees. You're going to feel that you can't afford them, but in all actuality, you can't afford to not have them. Our true ability is not in growing mushrooms. If your ability is only growing mushrooms, then you're going to fail. That's all there is to it. If your only ability is doing this stuff, growing mushrooms, sorry, it's not what it's going to take. Typically, as an entrepreneur or a business person, whether it be mushroom cultivation or any other type of business, our true gift is entrepreneurial stuff, or marketing, or sales, or all of the above, or having ideas. So most entrepreneurs are idea driven. We're creative. We have ideas. We want to drive. We want to get to the next thing. You can never do that. You can never concentrate on your true gifts and abilities if you are just doing this. Do I love mushrooms? Yes. Mushrooms are my passion. Is my God-given gift mushrooms? Well, it is, but I truly excel at other things that aren't mushrooms. Mushrooms just happen to be the business that I decided to get into. But my true gift is that entrepreneurial spirit of wanting to create something that wasn't there before. We started it from the ground up, or I started this company, there was nothing, and then there was something. To get there, you need employees, and you need to use what your God-given gift is. And if it's only mushrooms, you're going to fail. To concentrate on what you do best, you have to step away from this stuff. You have to be able to assign those tasks, whether it be filling bags, inoculating bags, picking mushrooms. If you are too busy inoculating bags, picking mushrooms, etc., you're never going to be able to do exactly what you do best as an entrepreneur. And that is grow the company. That is marketing. That is sales. That is all of the stuff that a creative entrepreneur does. And if you're stuck here loading bags, if you're stuck here picking mushrooms, you can't do that stuff. And so if you're at the point to where you feel overworked, but yet you don't have enough money to hire the employee, take a risk on yourself. Take a risk. Bet on yourself. You're going to fail anyway if you don't do it. So you might as well do it. I was there, and it wasn't that long ago. So I started off with a part-time employee, then I got a full-time employee, and then you get multiple full-time employees. It is extremely challenging to have someone work for you that doesn't perform as well as you do, doesn't think like you do. It is, on a day-to-day basis, the hardest thing that I do. I am not a great people manager. I just am not. I would much rather not deal with it. But that being said, when I officially took myself out of filling bags, when I officially took myself out of inoculating, literally the next month I was generating about 40% more money a month because I concentrated on what I do best. Until you do what you do best, you will not make a living doing this. That's my honest opinion. And I can verify all of this or substantiate it with QuickBooks. Literally, from one month to the next, game changer. And you'll get to the point to where you're inoculating bags or you're filling bags and your phone is blowing up non-stop and you're start, stop. You're trying to inoculate these bags. Then you take a 20-minute phone call talking to customers. You end up getting nothing done. So when you hire these employees, and granted, it is extremely challenging every single day to have someone who is not as good as you, not as fast as you. So when you look at it, you think, well, I'm losing money by having someone do this less efficiently than what I do. In all actuality, yes, that person is doing it less efficiently, not as fast, doesn't think like you. However, now you're in your realm. So now you can do what you do best. And when you do what you do best, then you start generating money. So that loss of efficiency is made up by, drastically made up, by the money you're going to generate doing what you do best. Being an entrepreneur, being creative, coming up with ideas to improve the process. You would never come up with these ideas. You'd never gain the customers if you were sitting there inoculating bags all night long, picking mushrooms all night long, boxing mushrooms all night long, moving bags from A to B, whatever it is. So, the spirit of this video is, get to the point to where you can transition to do what you do. And that's being an entrepreneur, and that's being creative, and that's being a salesperson, marketer, and implementing all of these plans. If you can't use your brain, which you can't use your brain if you're sitting there inoculating bags all day long, you can't use your brain if you're sitting there filling bags all day long, you just can't. So, when you get to the point to where you can't do it on your own, but you feel you can't hire an employee, take a risk on yourself. Bet on yourself. Because when you make that transition to doing what you do best, you are going to make up for the money you thought you lost on your employee not being as efficient as you. Probably 3, 4, or 5 times fold, 4-fold, 5-fold, whatever it is. Anyway, and I'm proof of this. I saw this. I am a control freak. Most entrepreneurs are. And I don't like to relinquish control. I feel that I'm a good mushroom grower and I like to do it exactly how I like to do it. And I don't like anybody doing it any different. However, I can look at my QuickBooks and the month I relinquished control, or some of the control, I started generating drastically more money, a lot more money. Because I put myself in a position to where I do what I do, and I challenge all of you that if you're on that line, take the step. Take the step, bet on yourself, because if you don't, you're gonna fail anyway. You're worried about losing this money. I was there, I understand that you're like, I can't afford this employee. You can't afford to not have that employee. You can't afford to waste your time, your energy, your creativeness, your brain power, all of that stuff by sitting there filling bags. I mean, if a robot can do it, then you as an entrepreneur should not be doing it. If a robot can do it, I mean, let's think about this. If a monkey can do it, if a robot can do it, you are too valuable as a owner to be doing it. Your brain power, your entrepreneurship is way too valuable to be sitting there filling bags. You need to be coming up with those ideas. So I hope I could drive this point home to everybody on how important it is that as you're building up and you get to the edge of that cliff or the edge of the diving board, don't be afraid to jump, because you're going to fail anyway if you don't do these things. So make it easy on yourself. Do what you do best. Put yourself in the position to succeed, and you won't let yourself down. We'll talk to you later, guys.